Alright everybody, this is going to be a very unique situation. Today's video literally has to be 2 minutes or less because I gotta get out of here in like 5 minutes to go pick up my sister. So we're gonna try and do this in under 2 minutes. Let's go. What's going on everybody? I'm Jake the Lawn Kid. Welcome back to yet another 2-minute lawn tip. So nice to see all of you guys today. Hope all of you are having a splendid morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you're at. And if you're enjoying it in the morning, as I always like to say, make sure you're having a nice cup of black, as black coffee is just, it's the bomb. So I want to go ahead and talk to you guys about a little something that I observed over the last couple of days within my business, as well as a couple of friends of mine, us cool season folks, right? We live in the Midwest, we live anywhere where we have cool season lawns, right? Once the temperatures get cooler, the days get shorter, leaves are falling off the trees, a lot of customers, homeowners, you name it, they want to assume that the lawn is done growing, right? We don't need to cut it anymore. Now, that, my friends, can't be any further from the truth. Let me explain why. The way that the cool season grass pattern works, you get one big growth hump in the spring, little break in the summer, and then once we get into fall, like where we are right now, we're kind of starting to ramp up again. We're going to have that one last ramp up, if you will, that last hump before we get into like mid-November and the grass goes dormant, we get snow and the grass doesn't grow for 5 months, right? That's the next period that we're coming up on. So heading into October here, lawns are going to be growing faster, especially if you have a fertilizer guy. My customers, I have a few of them that I do, right? If you're fertilizing the lawns, what's going to happen is they're going to be growing faster, and if no one's there to cut them, they're obviously going to get out of hand. And on top of that, with leaves falling off the trees because the days are getting shorter and there is no sunlight, one problem we are going to run into are leaves on the lawn. As I've touched on before, leaves are kind of the good and the bad, right? They're good to a certain degree. What I mean by that is if you're taking care of the lawn, if you're mowing it, if you're regularly mulching them back down into the ground, then yes, it's beneficial because it's going to return nutrient value back into the turf. However, if you're not doing anything to those leaves and you're just letting them build up on top of the lawn over and over and over without any maintenance, what's going to happen is those leaves are going to gradually get thicker and thicker, right? The amount of leaves you're getting on your lawn is going to accumulate over time. What's going to come out of this are two things. Number one, your lawn is going to be so overgrown to the point where it's going to start laying over, especially if you have bluegrass. That's something that's going to happen. And number two, with all the leaves on there, what's going to happen is as soon as we get into the winter, those leaves are going to distribute the snow weight incorrectly, thus crushing the crowns of the grass plant, and that will suffocate certain areas of the lawn, leaving us with some dead spots next spring. So that is not something we want to do. So I guess the tip at the end of the day here for 2-minute lawn tips, while we do tend to go over, would be if you're seeing this in your business, try and steer your customers in the right direction if you can. Don't be pushy about it. What I would recommend is just reevaluating your choice, because the idea being is we're in October, we're in that second ramp up, and a couple of things we can do to prevent those two detriments that I talked about with leaves and overgrowth is to, number one, keep mowing, number two, keep mulching all of the leaves down. And on top of that, once we get into later fall where there's a lot of leaves, it's a good idea to get out there and possibly bag them up, as I'm sure the accumulation will become much worse. So there you go, guys. That's your 2-minute lawn tip for the week. I know it felt a little rushed. I literally got to get out of here. I literally set up the camera real fast. I got to get out of here in literally a minute. So I figured I would just come in here and bust out a little 2-minute lawn tip real quick, see if we could stick with the 2 minutes. Unfortunately, I did not, but you know what? That's to be expected. When you're explaining something you're passionate about or something that just, I'll see you in the next video. If I don't see you in the next video, your lawn is going to be dominated. Literally. Halloween's right around the corner, folks. We got some fun stuff planned for that. See you later.